This intro is technically still accurate until September 22nd, but it might be time for a new one. I never expected this series to have 3 different intros when I started this 31-day challenge 285 days ago, but here we are. Depression and imposter syndrome have a way of extending projects, but I have a plan. I'm gonna keep believing in myself, so you need to believe in yourself too, okay? We can be accountability buddies. It'll be fun. Speaking of accountability, most of the remaining Osember videos will be part of the Alphabet Superset. It's a creative, community-driven project helmed by YouTuber Struthless, where we all make stuff each week that corresponds to the sequential letters of the alphabet. This week is technically B week, but due to the aforementioned imposter syndrome, I didn't quite make an A week video, so we're doing it now. Right, accountability buddies? Yeah, you know what's up. Antique, augmentation, and afterlife. The character needed to have an old object that enhances something about them and somehow involves dead people. Easy. The first concept that I came up with was someone with an old steampunk-looking eyeball that enables the wearer to see 5-dimensional apparitions of people from long ago as they go about their daily lives in the same space, but a different time. I like this concept fine, but just seeing ghosts feels a bit cliched. I see at least 2 ghosts every day. It's not that special. Plus, the ghosts that the eye displays aren't even real ghosts, which, I think is a cop-out. Also, steampunk eyeballs aren't real antiques. Nobody has ever inherited a knockoff Google Glass from their nana. At least I hope not. I like my second concept better. A psychic who uses an antique telephone to communicate directly with spirits. I almost immediately landed on a design for this psychic character. A lady in a professional purple business suit with even professionaler pinstripes. The reddish hair and eventual splashes of green contributed to a thematically appropriate Daphne-coded color palette. Her name is Anima van Cartier. I picked the name Anima because it means soul or spirit, which alludes to her spiritual sensitivity. Anima also starts with the letter A, and it sounds rad as hell. And I picked the last name Van Cartier because Spotify played a song from the Sister Act musical while I was sketching. I'm just now realizing that viewers of this channel aren't exactly getting a holistic view of my music taste. I also like Hadestown. I made a bunch of sketches of Anima, most of which I didn't really like at the time because I was putting myself through the mental ringer, although they do look a lot better now that I'm not actively seeking flaws and inadequacies in every single detail, which is good. But I did end up taking one drawing a bit further than the others, so let's roll the time-lapse while I explain Anima's whole deal. Anima has always been a spiritually attuned individual, or at least that's what the voices in her head say. Muffled, groaning voices saying some stuff about unfinished business were difficult to discern for her and entirely silent for everyone else. That trust-demanding quirk might be convenient for most psychics, but not for Anima. She constantly flip-flopped in deciding if she was crazy or not, and just wanted definitive proof either way. That proof would eventually come in the form of an old rotary telephone that Anima found while ambling through an antique store. Her cluttered mind felt at home in the equally cluttered spaces like that. And the phone wasn't plugged in, it had no plug at all, but a gargled chattering continuously leaked from the speaker. Only one word could be deciphered from the noise. Blood. The phone's price tag said $15, but the owner gave her a 15% cursed object discount. Anima brought the still mumbling phone home and, for science, lightly pricked her pointer finger, removed the handset from the switch, and tried dialing her own phone number. As she spun the final digit, Anima remarked that her finger bled much heavier than expected as she passed out. She dreamt that a cloud of glowing green ghosts swirled around her, saying things like, "Sheesh, it's about time," and, "Wow, you have a high tolerance for annoying disembodied voices," as what looked like the phone's missing plug embedded itself in her left palm. That's when Anima woke up. She noticed that her finger had miraculously healed up. The blood was gone from the phone, which was now silent, and her left hand now had 4 indentations where the plug had been in the dream. If it was a dream. Eventually, she figures out that the voices from her head are spirits of dead folks who can now be clearly heard and spoken to through the phone. The spirits can finally fulfill their unfinished business through Anima's assistance and move on with their afterlives. Sometimes the unfinished business is something as simple as getting closure with a loved one, but sometimes it involves tracking down long-lost treasures, getting petty revenge, convincing law enforcement to open up cold cases, or some other task that's complicated, unpleasant, or straight-up illegal. Anima quickly learns to be selective about who she listens to. But most importantly, she learns when it's time to listen, and when it's time to hang up on the phone, and hang up in her mind, finally allowing herself some peace and quiet. Later, man.